And a very good evening, boys and girls. What's up? It's your pal right here, the one and only Black Avenger, aka the Black Azrael Lee Sanders, coming at you with some breaking news for those of you that might not have had the luxury of maybe signing up for TNA news alerts, or maybe you haven't checked out what's been going on various wrestling websites. TNA has announced a new TV deal. It is with one Destination America. It is a Discovery Channel affiliate. And we actually had talked about this network very candidly in an article that I did on the TNAinsider.com website. As many of you know that have been checking out our Impact Showdown episodes for a good minute now, you know that I'm a columnist for that website. I'll actually post the link of that article in this episode description for you guys to check out if you haven't read it yet, as I brought up a lot of very valid points about the network. But the deal has been announced. TNA is going to Destination America beginning January 2015. Now, I want to read to you guys the press release that was put out by TNA Wrestling concerning this, as also Dixie Carter had commented on it. And we definitely got to show some love to the Discovery Communications headquarters, as they're actually based out here in the Maryland area. They're in Silver Spring. Discovery Communications announced today that it has signed a multi-year deal with TNA, Total Nonstop Action, Impact Wrestling, to bring the popular league to homes nationwide on Destination America, the only network dedicated to celebrating the people, places, and stories of the United States. Destination America officially enters the ring with its first world premiere of Impact Wrestling in January 2015. The series features some of the biggest names in professional wrestling, including Jeff Hardy, Bobby Roode, Kurt Angle, Bobby Lashley, and Gail Kim. The partnership includes the U.S. premieres of additional TNA wrestling series and specials, and provides Discovery Communications with an international broadcasting rights in select regions to be announced at a later date. Direct quote: "Our partnership in this uniquely entertaining franchise with TNA Impact Wrestling provides a significant addition to Destination America's programming strategy," said Henry Sheliff, Group President of Destination America, Investigation Discovery, American Heroes Channel, Discovery Fit and Health, and Discovery Family Channel. The enduring cross-generational enthusiasm of pro wrestling is felt by millions of fans around the country, from coast to coast and throughout the heartland. We are delighted to bring this beloved American pastime to the one and only dedicated to celebrating the unique spirit of the U.S. Destination America. Our knockouts partnership, or correction, our knockout partnership with the TNA Impact Wrestling continues Destination America's mission to bringing our viewers the best of all American entertainment, and going center ring with one of the world's foremost professional wrestling leagues fits perfectly with our DNA, said Mark Idkine, general manager of Destination America. Wrestling created a fiercely loyal, passionate, and widespread fan base, and we look forward to being part of the TNA family. Now, Dixie Carter had this to say: "Together, we will create an experience that takes our fans on a new journey that will push the envelope of technology, including where we take our cameras, going deeper into our superstars' lives, and showing the reality of what it takes to create a weekly professional wrestling show, all while showcasing the very best male and female athletes in the world." Now, for those of you that's kind of like, "Lee, the hell is Destination America?" I feel exactly where you're coming from. Okay. Since launching in 2012, Destination America has become one of cable's top 5 fastest growing networks, earning 10 consecutive quarters of a year over growth and prime among P2 Plus, with top series that explore unique American cultures and ways of life, including Mountain Monsters, A Haunting, Hillbilly Blood, Buying the Bayou, Buying Alaska, Ghost Asylum, and BBQ Pitmasters. Are y'all with me so far? Destination America's programming spans the nation from Alaska, Hawaii, Colorado to Louisiana, West Virginia, and the communities in between. Some of you are that are not sure if you have Destination America. As I know, it is available on Direct TV. It's also available for Verizon Fios. I don't know if Time Warner has it. I don't know, uh, Comcast. I don't know if all those other people have it. To figure out if you get that network, that channel, you want to head on over to destinationamerica.com forward slash watch DA. One more time, that's destinationamerica.com forward slash watch DA. All right. Now, Spike TV, they would issue a statement about TNA's departure. They kept it short and brief. Spike TV president Kevin Kay, he released the following statement. Our partnership with TNA Wrestling will officially come to an end with our last telecast on December 24th. Dixie Carter and her team have been incredible partners to work with over the past 9 years, delivering high action entertainment and strong ratings. I don't know about the strong ratings part. I would just left it at ratings and viewership, but to each its own. As Spike continues to evolve into a network reaching a broader audience, we continue to look across our schedule to find opportunities to add original scripted and non scripted programming that appeals to a wider demographic. On behalf of everyone at Spike, we would like to wish Dixie and TNA all the best and continued success. Once again, Kevin Kay, president of Spike TV. So, we've been hearing the rumblings now for the past couple of months that Spike TV, it's been said that they've been wanting to go in a different direction, whether or not that means that they want to just get out of wrestling altogether. That's up for debate for some of you. But they did keep stressing the fact that they kind of wanted to go in a different direction. Of course, when the talks of ongoing negotiations with TNA was brought up to key members from Spike, they would say that the negotiations are ongoing, that they would not comment. We're led to believe that there was always some type of ongoing negotiations between the two parties, but ultimately, as you all see and hear for yourself, it doesn't seem to be the case as far as ongoing negotiations. And honestly, I know a lot of people, they may look at this and they may say, good riddance. TNA is done with Spike TV. Spike TV should have been done with them a lot sooner. Honestly, when I look at Spike TV, I've watched Spike TV for many, many years now. And as far as original programming goes, they really haven't been able to capitalize on that. I mean, you've got reruns of Cops that pull in better ratings and viewership than a new episode of TNA, whether it's taped or live. A freaking rerun of Cops will outshine that. So, anytime you have that type of a scenario going on where a syndicated show that's now showing reruns, it can beat original and new programming, you kind of can't help but say to yourself, what exactly is going on right here? I mean, honestly, I dare say, as far as that wrestling audience goes, the odds of them continuing to watch Spike TV now that TNA is no more, I honestly, I am led to believe that the audience is going to be like, significantly, okay, so where are we going to go now? I can't help but wonder what's going to take TNA spot on Spike TV. I mean, we see when the Thanksgiving holiday comes up, there looks to be a movie that's going to be in its place. I don't know if maybe that's going to be their new theme, a Wednesday night movie or whatever. But honestly, at first when I did the article that I did on which networks TNA should go to, I definitely was not keen on Destination America, and I made my points. My main concern was the fact that how the hell do you fit wrestling on there? Because all the shows that they mostly have on there, it's like if they're not fixing cars, they're probably chasing monsters and ghosts and all that. It's like, how the hell does wrestling fit into all this on this network? But then on the other hand, you say, well, it's part of the Discovery family. I'm a big fan of Discovery. I like watching Investigation Discovery. We nickname that the Death Channel. All right. Uh, I can't wait to see what happens. I'm very curious. Of course, this Destination America channel, if you do have access to it, it's going to be part of a higher tier package. So you're probably going to have to pay anywhere between $10 to $20 extra a month just to be able to get this. So number one, you're kind of saying to yourself, okay, can I afford to pay for this monthly just so I can continue to have access to TNA? Then the second part to that question uh, that you have to ask yourself is, how much of a TNA fan am I? How dedicated am I to this product? Am I willing to jump out there? Am I willing to pay that monthly? Because think about it monthly, that $10 to $20 that you could be using for other things, groceries, transportation to work, what have you. All right, think about that. Now multiply that $10 to $20 a month within a year. All right, that's some serious thinking that you have to do right there. Some people may kind of feel as though it's not really worth it, but if the promise is being made that there's going to be more original TNA specials, if this means that maybe at a future date we'll finally get to see, maybe episodes of TNA British Boot Camp, but maybe they could relabel it Boot Camp for North America. If it means that maybe we'll be able to check out um, other original specials such as TNA Explosion. I think that's a show that we don't see on TV. It's always an internet thing or whatever. So I'm just looking at some of the pros and some of the cons, and I mean, if it means that this new deal will give TNA fans more access to original specials and all that, it sounds like it's a good move. But only time will tell if this is going to be a really good deal for both parties, mainly for TNA. They're saying multi-year deal. I'm sure a lot of you are probably wondering how long this deal is going to be for. I don't know right now. Hopefully, within the coming days, more information will become available on this. We'll definitely stay on top of it for you guys. Legendary announcer, WWE Hall of Famer Jim Ross, he commented on TNA getting the new deal. Here's what he had to say. Congrats to Impact Wrestling for securing a new cable TV home beginning in January and partnering with Destination America TV, owned by Discovery Communications. I'd expect TNA to be able to provide more programming throughout the year for this network. I will admit I've not watched a great deal of programming on this network, but I easily found it on my cable provider, which is Cox Communications here in Oklahoma. Glad we're talking over what Jim Ross thought about that. So to recap, you've got Cox Communications, you have Verizon Fios, and you have DirecTV. If you're still not sure, go to that link I was talking about earlier. We'll put that in the description for you guys. He goes on to say, if wrestling fans remain as they have been over the years, they will find the network and support Impact Wrestling, which I plan to do. Why? Because I'm a wrestling fan and many of my friends are employed there. When the show debuts, it will find its place on my weekly DVR list. As you know, nowadays, you can also channel the success of programs through DVR. That's now being included now. So even when you rewind and all that, they're paying attention to that. It's amazing how our technology works. But, for me, I will definitely continue to watch the TNA product, as it brings me to a big piece of news that we shared first on our Facebook page. And if you aren't following us on our Facebook page, you really should, because we made a big announcement actually not too long ago. Of course, we'll bring it up again on a new episode of Impact Showdown, which you can catch tonight, which is Wednesday, November 19th at 11 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com. One last time, as it is the final new episode of TNA Impact Wrestling. Afterwards, there's probably going to be some greatest hit compilation specials that will air in its place. But from all signs that we've been able to gather, what's airing tonight is definitely going to be the final Impact Wrestling on Spike TV, final new Impact Wrestling on Spike TV. So marks our final episode of Impact Showdown. As a result, as Impact Showdown will return in January when there are new episodes of Impact Showdown. In the meantime, I want to get you guys' thoughts about this news. So definitely post those comments down below. We'll definitely follow up on what you all have to say, not only on Impact Showdown tonight, but we'll also follow up on our next radio edition of the RCWR show that we'll be doing for you guys, which you can catch this Thursday night at a special time of 9:30 p.m. Eastern. That's this Thursday night, November 20th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you join us for that. It's going to be very solid. As always, welcome you guys that check us out. Your first time checking us out, I'd love to have you subscribe to us so you never miss out on all the great content we do for you here on a weekly basis, whether it comes to reviews, breaking news, or maybe having some really fun, insightful interviews. We do a little bit of something for everybody, so do hit that subscribe button. All right. We also got great podcast episodes you can check out. All the links you need is in this episode description. That is going to do it until next go round. Please be safe. And most importantly, I'd like for you all to be kind to one another. We'll see you next go round. Everybody, take care.